Alrighty, let's go. Welcome back to the Skooshi Sport podcast here for NRL Round 25 review. We are back. I am back. I was on a week's holiday overseas, seeing my partner's family. It was a very lovely time over there in the Philippines. So I did miss a week of podcast, so I just wanted to sort of get away for a bit just before finals time, get set and sort of get ready. So apologies for no podcast. I did not die. No, I have not stopped doing podcasts. I did get back today, had some rest, and we are straight back into it. So pleased to give you my round sort of review from NRL Round 25. And it was a very good one for sure, because as a WAHS fan, to go away, I went to the Warriors-Broncos game. Left the day after. Went to the Warriors-Broncos game at Suncorp, watched the Warriors absolutely pump the Broncos, and then since then, I've come back, and the Warriors are on top of the fucking table, man. Woo! Let's fucking go. Mate, how good is it to be a Warriors fan right now? Just absolute unreal scenes. Absolutely love to see it. New jersey came in the mail as well while I was away. Absolutely love to see it. But before we get stuck into it, guys, do remember to drop a like and subscribe as well. Follow all my socials down there in the comments as well. Let's have a look, though, up the ladder, of course, at the end of round 25, heading to round 26. 2 more rounds to go of the regular season. It could not be any more tighter at the top of the table as well. But as it stands, we do have the New Zealand Warriors top of the table on 38 points. Now, there is 3 teams on 38 points, the Warriors, Panthers, and the Roosters, but points difference is splitting all these 3 teams. Warriors are ahead of the Panthers on points difference by 1 point, thanks to that field goal by Luke Hansen over the weekend. Unreal. Warriors top of the table. Look, we're going to probably have to win out, I'd say, to still even have a chance of finishing top 2 just because of how tight it is. Anything can happen. We can't get complacent, but I feel like looking at this table, like finishing first has to be the goal. If you finish second or third, you're probably most likely playing the Roosters or the Panthers. If like looking at the Warriors, which I'd rather not. Like honestly, I'd probably rather a home final against like a Dolphins or a Sharks, definitely. Although we're over 2 against the Sharks this year. Roosters and Panthers seems like a grand final kind of matchup. I'd rather see them how they go. A bit of a replay from a couple weeks ago. See how they go in first week of finals. But there's a very good chance Warriors do not have to leave the country until grand final weekend, all going well. Next 2 home games, first week home final, win that one, have a week off, home prelim, and then grand final, all going well. Would love to see it. But I said Warriors are on top as it stands based on points difference. Panthers and Roosters also on 38 points. 36 points in the top 4 is the Dolphins, which we absolutely love to see. It's wild to think when you look at it, like, there is still a chance the Dolphins can finish. Look, they can honestly win the minor premiership if, like, Warriors, Panthers, and Roosters all slip up. Roosters and Dolphins actually play this weekend. If Dolphins win that one well, there is a chance Dolphins go into 3rd and Roosters drop down to 4th, which is pretty wild to see how quick it can just change like that. So, big couple of games coming up for the Dolphins. Last 2 games. 34 points. You got the Sharkies there on 5th. All kind of depends. Sharkies have got 2 pretty easy games coming up on the home stretch when it comes to the last 2 games. Definitely a chance they can still finish top 4. Their points difference is better than the Dolphins. So they are relying on probably the Dolphins dropping a game and Sharks win their final 2, and they should be sweet. 32 points, you got the Knights. They do have a bye next week as well, so they have locked in finals. They're probably locked in 6. I want to say I don't think they can get to 5th. No, I don't think they can get to 5th unless Sharks go loss. I don't think they won't be able to make top 4. I don't see, unless Rabbitohs go win and Knights lose this weekend, possibility that they could finish 7th, but looking like a home first week final for the Knights. On 30 points, you got the Rabbitohs and the Cowboys, 7th and 8th. Very interesting games coming up for those 2 teams, especially coming up. Bulldogs on 28, probably the one team I'd say outside the 8 that still has a chance. I know Manly mathematically still has a chance, all like results based. Bulldogs need to rely on Cowboys. Well, they actually have to buy this week, so they'll go 32 points. Bulldogs need to go win, and they need to rely on the Cowboys losing their final. Sorry, Cowboys just had a bye. Excuse me. Cowboys need to, if they go win, they're absolutely sweet. Bulldogs need to go beat the Panthers this weekend, especially, and they need the Cowboys to drop one of these last 2 games. I know they've got the Tigers this week. I don't know who they've got in the final round, or they can rely on South, but the South points difference is a lot better than the Doggies at the moment. You got Manly in 26 points. They're pretty much mathematically out of it. They'll need the Doggies to drop their games, Cowboys and Rabbitohs to drop their games as well. I don't see likely happening. And then you've got the other teams that are all officially dropped out now. Storm, Raiders, Eels. Like to think that 3 of the top 4 are already eliminated from top 4 from last year, already eliminated from top 8 this year is fucking wild. Bulldogs potentially that 4th team as well. Storm, like Raiders, Eels on 22 points, Tigers 22 points, Broncos, the defending premiers on 20 points, defending premiers 15th, Titans on 18th, who can still very much technically get the wooden spoon, but they'd have to have 2 big losses, and Dragons would absolutely have to smash the last 2 rounds. I don't see happening, but does look like the Dragons are going to get this wooden spoon, which, look, we knew that was coming, right? But there was a little potential sniff that they may potentially come back and come home strong. Fortunately, that game on the weekend did absolutely no favourites whatsoever. All right, guys, let's get into the weekend that was. I was actually able to watch majority of these games. I'll let you know which games I didn't get to watch, and I did get to watch like quite a lot of. And obviously as well, guys, I won't spend as much time on the teams that are out of contention. I'll spend a bit more time on the teams that are in contention in finals race. So apologies if you're listening and you're supporting one of those teams that aren't in finals this year. I do apologize. But starting off Thursday night, we had the Panthers beating the Storm 22 points to 14, officially putting the Storm out of finals contention here. While they've had a super rough year, it all started from pretty much last year. You know, Pappenhausen leaving, although Stewart's come in, he's been awesome. Big one's definitely been Eli Katoa. I think he's been a huge loss for them. Like Warbrick's been injured, Coates has been injured all year. 3 really big injuries. Hughes has been injured a lot of the year. Muntz has been injured. Harry Grant's had injuries. Like, injuries all around. Stuart Fa'alogo is pretty much the only guy that's really like held like that spot, like injury free throughout the whole season. Have they played good footy? No, absolutely not. But they definitely have been on the unlucky side of things when it comes to injury as well. Of course, dealing with Munster and Grant with Origin as well, that kind of thing. Just hasn't been the Storm year. But Panthers up 22-0 at half time, and they held on. They had to hold on. I don't know what to think of this Panthers team, because I know they're missing Isaiah Yeo. I know they're still missing Mitch Kenny. Mitch Kenny back around 27, I believe, or finals week 1. Not back this week. And Isaiah Yeo, I don't know what's I have this feeling that he'll only be back if they desperately need him, like for maybe a semi or a prelim sort of grand final kind of thing. I don't like the vibes of what I'm hearing with Isaiah Yeo. And this team with that Isaiah Yeo and Mitch Kenny is just... Look, the first half is unreal, and then I have concerns when it starts raining. It kind of just turns to shit for them, and it kind of looks clunky. Like, you look, one of their tries was off an intercept, so essentially scored 3 tries in this game against the Storm defense that hasn't been that great. You take away the intercept, look, I know intercepts happen, it was essentially 3 tries each. Like, that try with your conversions was, like, the big difference. Like, in 3 sin bins for the Panthers in this game as well. Like, and we're not talking like unlucky sin bins. We're talking like ill-disciplined, like very, very ill-disciplined by the Panthers. I'm getting weird vibes out of the Panthers. It's just not the same Penrith that we're used to seeing since 2020. Like, just I'm getting different vibes. I don't know what you guys are sort of thinking. If something just doesn't feel right. Now, that could absolutely click come finals time. Would not shock me whatsoever. It just feels different. It just feels different. Like the last few weeks, especially, I think they maybe peaked too early in the season. Like their start to the season was incredible. It was incredible. Probably the best footy I've ever seen in my life as a stretch of games. It was absolutely amazing. It was such a pleasure to watch. I have this feeling they peaked too early. And it's definitely concerning. It's definitely concerning for sure. They're missing Mitch Kenny and Isaiah massively. I don't know what's happening with the 5'8". You know, Jack Cogger's going to be out 3 matches now just because of his previous suspensions, that sort of thing. I think Jack Cole's going to come in, still not even Blaise Talangi. Like, Blaise Talangi has essentially gone from first choice 5'8" to third choice 5'8" within the space of a couple of weeks, just like that. Just weird vibes coming out of Penrith. But you look at the stats. Like, again, Penrith 22-0 up at halftime. They were dominant. Storm absolutely ran downhill in that second half. Penrith had nothing in that second half. Absolutely nothing. 56% in possession of the ball for the Storm that second half. I'm surprised they only scored 14 in that second half. They're absolutely running downhill. Way more time possession. 85% completion rate by the Storm. 82% by the Panthers. Really good completion rates despite the crappy weather. But way more runs, way more run meters, way more post contact by the Storm over the Panthers. You just don't generally see that. 5 each line breaks. Penrith had 40 missed tackles compared to 30. Again, just something you don't generally see. An average set distance is very similar, around the 36-meter mark. Again to stats. Again to the Panthers. I think Cleary had 2 try assists in this one here. He was very, very solid. I mean, Brian Tyre was probably the man of the match in this one. Scored a hat-trick. He scored 100 tries in the NRL now, which congrats to him. He scored 102 now. But 3 tries, 20 runs, 225 meters, 48 post contact, 3 line breaks, 8 tackle breaks. Pretty outstanding performance by Brian Toto. Probably a little bit of a quieter season. We've definitely seen from Toto, right? Like, we used to see him score like plenty more tries. The meterage has still been there all year, but the fact with the tries has definitely not been there. It's gone left all season long, which Jenkins has been absolutely flying, so it doesn't surprise me. Jenkins didn't even score, but still nearly went for 200 meters in this game here. I do worry a little bit about the centers at the moment. Only ran for 100 meters in this game here. I just want to see their missed tackles. Like Isaac Tonga 2, Clay McLean 3. Not too bad. But you look at these missed tackles, like 2 Tonga, like 3 McLean, 2 Toto, 2 Cogger, 5 from Cleary, 4 from Leota. He made 15 tackles with 4 missed. You don't see that from Leota. 3 from Lussick, 3 from Henry, 2 from Publi, 1 from Martin, 1 from Smith, 5 from Scott Sorensen coming off the bench as well. Like, this is what I mean. It's just stuff that you don't generally see from Penrith. And it was probably fortunate they had such a good first half and they were so dominant because, man, they got away with it. If you take away Brian Toe, they only had 2 line breaks throughout the whole rest of the team. It's pretty crazy stuff. Like, yeah, it wasn't, that second half was very, very worrisome. So I'm not too worried about the Panthers at the moment from like a mutual NRL perspective and thoughts. I think they'll be fine. It's just very interesting to see how they are approaching coming to finals. It just doesn't feel like the same Panthers team that coming to finals were like, holy shit, they are hunting and they're looking good. By all means, they could come out, absolute smack the Doggies by 30 this week and then smack the Tigers again by 40 into finals, win the minor premiership, and when everything's forgotten about. I feel like they are vulnerable. And halfway through the season, we were saying they don't look vulnerable whatsoever. There's vulnerability there, definitely from the Panthers for sure. Definitely for sure. I feel like some good teams, potentially the Warriors and the Roosters, can definitely expose that. But I mean, Panthers still got the win in the end against a desperate Storm team in their final home game of the season. And they were looking to put on a good performance. Pretty much all their troops back as well. Off the bye, they still got the win, and you got to give them credit for that one there. For the Storm, I mean, it just kind of sums up the season, really. That first half was just not what they were looking for whatsoever. Good credit to them for fighting back in that second half, but weird to see them not playing finals footy this year, but it was just always going to be hard. Like, they've had, like, Hughes has been, like, niggling injuries all year. Same with Munster, Harry Grant as well. I'd say Coates and Warbrick. Like, Warbrick's off an Achilles halfway through the year. Coates has been out the whole year. No Eli Katoa. It's just been quite a lot of negatives, unfortunately, for the Storm, and it sucks. I assume they have a massive preseason. Like, I hope Coates is all back sweet for round 1. They'll have Sewer, they'll have Munster, they'll have Hughes there, they'll have Harry Grant, so they'll have a full spine for that preseason once again. They'll have Asako coming as well, so they'll have Coates and Asako on the wings, healthy. Hopefully that all goes well for them there. Not quite sure what the centre pairings is going to look like. They've just signed Kelvin Tuolangi as well, so a couple of good signs. Oren Keeley has been a really good signing for them as well. Have been rumours Eli Katoa may be back next year. I just think that's quite silly. But you got Cooper Clark coming in, Angus Hinchy. There's some really good young players coming for the Storm team. Like Lasardi still to come back from injury as well, whether it's this week or next week, or they're just sitting for the rest of the season. I'm not sure, but it's just been one of those seasons for the Storm, and it's obviously the unfortunate news of Craig Bellamy, whether he's coaching next year, whether he's not, I'm not quite sure. Just hasn't quite clicked for the Storm, but I said, got to give them credit for that fight back in the second half. Onto the Friday games. Wow. Broncos defeat the Rays 34-30 in Josh Papali's farewell home game. Spoiled the fucking party they did, hey? I will say this for a lot of NRL fans, when we're talking about Broncos for the spoon, they were kind of cheering for it. But you got to give credit to the Broncos here. At some stages in this game, I thought they was going to get rammed and get battered out of this competition. Not competition, out of this game. They started really well. They 18-16 at halftime, and then before you know it, it was bang bang, and I think it was 30-16 with 20 minutes to go. And I was like, yep, this is what happens with the Broncos. They can't consistently put it in. And then they just like channeled this fucking whatever it was from like last year in the finals and just went bang, 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 3 tries in 10 minutes to take the lead 34-30 and win the game. It was absolutely unbelievable, absolutely unreal. Without Reece Walsh, Hayes Perrin was absolutely unreal in this game. We'll get to him. Like, he's just, you look at it and it's just like, where has this been for the Broncos? Where has this tick up? Where has his heart been? Because I'm sure I'm not the only one that fucking is saying this, but the heart and ticker has not been there for the Broncos. And it feels like it had to come out from a Madge press conference that this team is not putting it in after all these press conferences previously in the year, like this year, saying, oh, the boys are training really hard. It's just not quite happening for them at the moment. It's been pathetic press conferences. Now he's bit the bullet and say it hasn't been good enough. And now they show some ticker with 3 rounds to go and they're not at, like, nowhere near finals. That's what I mean about this Broncos team. It's so confusing. So confusing. I don't know what to see. And I do have my concerns for next year. I don't know what the halves are looking like. Obviously, Reece Walsh will be there. Concerned about Ezra. He's very up and down. I think Billy Walters, very good here to get re-signed. Let's just get into his team stats, and then I'll talk about the Broncos. I mean, I won't spend too much time in this game because both teams are eliminated from finals, but team stats, like Rays had way more possession. Sorry, I need a little drink. 55% of the ball for the Raiders there. 86% completion rate as well. You don't often have 55% possession of the ball, 86% rate, and walk away with a loss. 81% completion rate for the Broncos, so it's probably one of the highest this year. Held on to the ball. What a difference it makes. More runs, more run means more post contact for the Raiders. So Broncos, like looking at your stats, had no right to win this game. 5 each on the line breaks, 37 missed tackles for the Raiders. So for the Broncos, 33 for the Raiders. So yeah, and average set distance is very even around that 40-meter mark there. Okay, let's get properly into the Broncos. Let's talk about next year for the Broncos. It feels like such a mentality thing for this Broncos team. It has to be a mental thing because you talk about, like, you look at this team on paper, right? Not just generally this game. You got Hayes Perrin, Reece Walsh, most talented fullback probably in the game at the moment. Karapani, very talented. Mariner, very talented. Like, their back five really hasn't changed too much. Like Walsh, Karapani, Staggs, Shibasaki, but like Mariner, like 4 guys there have won the grand final last year. Unreal. Ezra Mann has scored a hat-trick in a grand final before. Now he's up and down. I don't know what is happening with the 7 next year. I don't know if it should be Ben Hunt. I don't know if it should be Tom Duffy. They've got Jonah Pezic coming next year as well. It just seems like not useless in a way, but I just don't get it. I think Tom Duffy should be the guy. You got guys like Xavier Wilson, who is going to be very long-term at the Broncos. Obviously, Payne Haas is leaving, but Billy Walters, very good race sign. They've missed him so much this year. Jordan Ricky has been very poor this year, considering before, like last year. Pierre Curry has been out there, definitely missing a big left edge guy, which should be Sean Blaw next year. I think that's a good signing. And Paddy Carrigan, I don't know what's happening to Paddy Carrigan this year. You look at the stats, looks really good. It's just his discipline's been way off this year, like really, really way off. But he did put in a very good performance in this game here. I've got really good young guys like All Blacks Tafa, who they're just not really utilizing. I feel like they only use 3 interchanges in this game as well. Blake Moser as well, very good talent coming through. They've got Cam Bukowski coming through as well. This is what Corey Pakes. They have like 4 or 5 number 9s on this top 30, which is ridiculous. Via Semi coming through as well. He needs to be better. But this team on the Broncos, it's still really good. And for them to finish 14th this year, it's just been shocking. It's just been shocking. But this team heading to next year, where I have concerns because it's a big mental thing and it's inconsistencies. But you look at how they've gone: 2023 grand final, 2024 missed the 8, 2025 win it, slump this year. Why are they going to make the grand final again next year? It's just so unpredictable. It's very un-Broncos like, and I'm very intrigued to see how Madge goes in this third year of coaching the team, how they can bounce back. I think there's a lot of pressure on Madge next year for this team to perform because I can talk about a premiership hangover to the max. It's been very, very disappointing by the Broncos this year. But you got to give them credit in this game. Like, they started really hot. The middle 40 minutes were crap, but then for them to turn it around and come home for 30-16 and win the game was very impressive. I thought they were all but done. They had no reason to go out and win that game, down 30-16, Papa Lee's farewell, that sort of thing. And then they spoiled the party. Like, not a finals contention, got smashed last week to go down to a cold Canberra. It's not easy, and they pulled it off. You got to give them credit. How they go against the Storm this week at home, I have no idea how that game is going to go. Their record at Suncorp this year has just been putrid, absolute putrid. They've not won a game at Suncorp this year since April, which is absolutely disgusting. I think it's so bad. Like, yeah, very, very bad. I think they've won 2 games at Suncorp this year. Absolute horrible record. Onto the Raiders. Yeah, won't spend too much time. They completely blew this game. To have this kind of performance and let it slip in the last 20 minutes in Josh Papali's farewell, a club legend, is nothing short of disappointing. It's been a very disappointing year for the Raiders, finishing the 12th of the minor premiers last year, went out straight sets. Won 10, lost 13 this year. You go back to last year, I think they lost their last 4 games, last 3 games definitely. But last sort of 26 games, 10 wins, 13 losses. It's an interesting one, and I don't want to be too harsh on them. Had a new 7 coming in, Ethan Sanders. I think he's only got better and better and better. I think Sasangi has been unreal this year. Like, again, you look at this team, and there's no like big concerns, but the defense is definitely a massive concern as well. They're not shy of scoring any points. I just feel like it probably all came off for them last year. It all went right. They won the close games. They were able to come back, and it all kind of caught up in them this year. Very interesting to see what this team does look like next year. Just trying to think of any signings. I'm not thinking so, but they've got to be able to re-sign Hudson Young. It's a massive re-signing, but Matthew Nickerson's been out most of the year. Hudson Young out last part of this year as well. I'm looking forward to the second year, though, with Owen Paddy now starting, Ethan Sand, Ethan Strange, and Kyle Weeks all in the spine. Full preseason together now. We know exactly what it'll look like. Sasangi, hopefully he's healthy. I do have big concerns about Jed Stewart, though. I do think, I'm just trying to think who is usually, I think they've usually got like a Seb Chris there. The other name is just not, Tamale. I think Tamale probably should be starting over Jed Stewart. Jed Stewart on defense is pretty lackluster. For him, having 86 meters, 10 runs is very putrid. I get he's the coach's son. That should not be an excuse to be selecting him every single week, though. 10 runs, 86 meters, 29 post contact, no line breaks, no line break assists, 3 tackle breaks. Just shoots out of his line way too easily and just lets in very, very easy tries. Very concerning for the Raiders, definitely heading into next year. Onto the Friday night footy, Dolphins defeat Eagles, 34 points to 16. Oh, after 20 minutes, I thought we were in for an upset here. Eagles came right out of the blocks, 10-0. And again, these Dolphins, these slow starts, but they just flick a switch and end up going to halftime 16-10, man. I do admit I wasn't able to watch any of this game. I just watched like the highlights, but it looks like from essentially minute 24 when Herbie scored that try, floodgates just open. But these slow starts from Dolphins are quite concerning, especially coming to finals time, because if they have another slow start in these first 20 minutes, especially against a good defensive team, Panthers, Roosters, Warriors, and they're 16-0 down for 20 minutes, it's going to be very, very hard for them to claw it back. So I do have big concerns definitely about their defense, but their attack is absolutely no issue at the moment. we'll get a very good gauge on how they're looking heading to finals against the Roosters this week. But it's good to see that they're very close to locking up a top 4 spot. Let me just check to see who they've got in the final round. Titans. Okay, they should be able to win that one. Okay. So Sharkies, they've got the Storm in round 27. I'd say they'll beat that. And Sharkies got the Eels this week. So Sharkers win-win. Dolphins lose to the Roosters, and then even if they win next week, I think they're going to finish 5th, and that they need that top 4 spot. It's very handy. But I just have my concerns about this defense. And the Farms experience as well. I mean, I know they've got a shit ton of Origin players, but I am very concerned about this defense. So letting in, just these slow starts are very concerning. But 50% possession throughout the whole game, 78% completion rate from the Dolphins, 72% from the Eels. Run meters, runs very similar. Run meters way more for the Dolphins and more post contact as well. It's very interesting stat. 9-4 line breaks by the Dolphins, 48 missed tackles by the Eels. Fuck, that's bad. And it's just 16 from the Dolphins. So, I mean, that's good there. Maybe Eels didn't throw too much at them. Like I said, I didn't watch too much of the game, unfortunately. Average set distance, always you can indicate 46 meters compared to 39 by the Eels. A massive difference there. 12-7 offloads by the Dolphins as well. Look at the Dolphins. Herbie scored a double in this one. He was absolutely exceptional. 23 runs, 281 meters. 80 of those were probably that last try, but still absolutely incredible. 83 post-contact, line break, 3 line break assists, a try assist as well on top of that, 8 tackle breaks, 4 offloads, 18 tackles, no missed. Mate, if there's any conversation about him not being the best center in the game, I don't want to hear it. He's the best center in the game. It is ridiculous. He is so consistently just amazing every single week, absolute unreal. Dolphins need to throw the checkbook at this guy. They cannot afford to let him go anywhere else. I'm sure I'm sure he loves it in Brisbane as well, just going from the Broncos to the Dolphins. I'm sure he has no intention of going anywhere else. They have to throw the checkbook at him. This is the best center in our game. We're talking Dally M center of the year consistently, and he is such a massive part of this Dolphins team. They cannot afford to lose Herbie Farnworth whatsoever. Absolutely whatsoever, because attacking wise he's exceptional. Defensive wise though, he's very good as well. What I will say, that first try he scored, that backline move was sexy. He's just got the size of this edge front like a back rower, and that line that he ran was just absolute fucking exceptional. Pleasure to watch. Absolute pleasure to watch. Cobbo as well, 207 meters. That left edge ran for nearly 500 meters in this fucking game. Incredible. I think that was Cobbo's 100th game, 150th. I could be wrong though. Katoa really strong once again as well. Didn't have a try assist, but Bostock had 2 try assists in this game as well to Osako. Just very, very good after that 20 minutes. That very good spell by the Dolphins. They just got to really improve on these slow starts. So as I said, I don't want to comment too much because I didn't actually get to watch the game, unfortunately. I do have concerns just looking at the stats. Morgan Knowles. I just think Max Plash should be starting because when he comes on, he looks unreal. Morgan Knowles, 54 minutes, 5 runs for 34 meters, 13 post contact, a tackle break, 34 tackles, 4 missed. You know what? I'd actually be okay if he had the 34 meters, but he had 40 tackles for or 45 tackles for 1 miss. He's missing 4 tackles. Max Plath comes on, plays more minutes than him, 29 tackles for 1 missed, and fucking smashes that 19 runs, 144 meters. Why isn't Plath starting? Why? I don't get it. It makes no sense to me, unfortunately, whatsoever. They didn't even use Avarillo in this game. I think, and who's the other guy that I actually think is injured at the moment? It's, not Schneider, it's fucking Kurt Donahoe. He's injured at the moment. But I just think Maxi Plath should be started. I don't understand why. I think Morgan Knowles would have a lot more impact off the bench. Yeah, it makes no sense to me. It absolutely makes no sense to me. But very good win by the Dolphins, but very concerned about these slow starts by them. For the Eels, won't spend too much time here. Hot start and then very disappointing sort of last bit there. Just kind of got away from a lot of missed tackles, 3 from Kelly, 3 from Pennis, 3 from Kelly in the wing is shocking. 3 from Penasini, 5 from Volkman, 6 from Moses, 9 from De Silva, 3 from Barlow, 4 from Williams, 5 from Katoga, 2 from Russell, 3 from Edwards, 2 from Funa, 2 from Tuolangi. Not good enough. 9 missed tackles from Talon De Silva. I've said that Talon De Silva should be starting this game. I'm not sure what happened to Riley Smith who got injured, but I do believe Talon is better than Riley Smith. He has a lot to work on though. Defensively and in some bits of his attack is just a bit concerning as well. But I expected probably better from the Eels this year, if I'm being honest. I had really high hopes of them. They were most smoky to make the top 8 this year. I thought the way that they finished last year was really positive, and they would bring that back into this year. It's interesting. Where does this team go? It's been a very disappointing season from Moses, and he's big money. I have concerns probably about the middle. I get the face injuries. Like you're looking, like I think it's been ready. Like Hopgood's been out like a lot of the year, but these other X factor players should be standing up more. Tuolangi, like I know he's off to the Storm, but like Katoga, he needs to be better. Like they've got Saxon Pride coming through. He's like that's good enough. That's all good. These other guys, they need to be better though. Not Moretti, he started. There is another guy that I fucking can't think of at the moment, but got to be better. Like Fox, he's had way of a down year, fucking way of a down year. I think Bailey Simonson's been injured all year as well. I'm just disappointed with this Eels team. I don't want to blame injuries or that because I just don't think they've played to the level that I've looked at them as potential finals team anyway. I said, and Moses has to be better. Yongi's been injured for a bit of the year as well. Riley Smith has been out. Like, I know there's been injuries all around the board, but like I just expected better from this Eels team, unfortunately. But interesting to see how they go into next year. I really want this Eels team to perform. I do like the way that Jason Riles does coach. But I want to see better from Moses. Like we're talking about an origin fucking halfback here essentially. And I just don't think he's been up to the standard of what Jason Riles and the Parramatta Eels are looking for. On to the Saturday games. Manly defeat the Knights 44 points to 24. My God. Where the hell did this come from Manly? And where has this been the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks? Honestly, crazy. They started right at the gate, scored a try in the second minute. Clayton Failolo, who I fucking love Failolo, he's unreal. Turning to one of my favourite players that's not in the Warriors. Like, straight at the gate, it was 6-0. I was like, okay. And then, bang, bang, bang. Knights just go, try. And it was, fucking like 16-6, like before you know it. And I was like, that's the Manly that we know. And then, I don't know what happened. Actually, I do know what happened. And let's get into it. When you got the momentum, I think at this time it was 16-6. Knights get a penalty in front and they kick the 2 to make it 18-6. Now, you can look at this as going like, yep, just getting the points while they're on offer, making 18-6, building the lead. Or when you've got all the momentum, or what has been happening this year, I think, is the defending team goes, oh, I think, fuck, we get a rest. And they don't want to fully go on with it. Now we'll go to sniff. Knights kick the 2, go 18 points to 6. Massive turning point. They kick the 2 in the 30th minute. And Manly scored 2 tries in the next 8 minutes. Like, completely switched the game. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. There's 3 tries in the next 8 minutes. 3 tries in the next 8 minutes to go into the break up 24-18. They had no right going to that break up 24-18. Absolutely no right whatsoever. But the Knights let them back into it. And I think it all started from taking the 2 there. And we are seeing it this year. And we almost saw it in the Warriors game as well, which I'll get into as well. I just think at this day and age in this game with so much momentum, when you've got the momentum, you just have to keep going on with it because you're just going to tire these guys out defensively. But you give them a rest and you take the 2, I think you're letting them off the hook. And they get a 2-minute rest. They can switch back. They can have a chat to each other. Imagine like getting a penalty. You're down 16-6 and you're like, seeing a penalty right in front. You're like, fuck, we've got to defend another set here. Could potentially be 26 or 22-6. And you got no time to chat because they take the quick tap and you're like, oh, fuck, here we go. Instead, they take the 2. You get a breather. you have a chat to your teammates and you flick the switch and it's completely what happened. And kicking is for losers is the new term they're going out with this one. Kicking is for losers, KIFL, because this was just a poor decision, I think, and it completely switched the momentum of the game. 16 to 6 on the Manly line to 18 to 6 to 24-18 within 10 minutes. Absolute insane scenes. Felady scoring a hat trick in 15 minutes on either side of half time. And by the time like Fletcher Hunt scored that try in the second half there, the game was pretty much done, man. But for Manly to score essentially 38 points in the last 50 minutes of this game, very concerning for the Knights. I expected way better. Now, let's get into the stats. I said I'll spend more time on the Knights than Manly. I don't think Manly will be making the 8, but 55% of possession for the ball for Manly. Ball wasn't in play that long in this game. I guess a lot of tries. 75% completion rate from the Knights, 77% from Manly, a bit below average. More runs, more run meters, more post contact from Manly, 9 to 7 line breaks. Tackle breaks very even, 27 to 28. Average set distance, 47 meters from Manly, 39 meters from the Knights. Crazy. Now, I don't know whether this is turbo back. I don't know what's happened, but Manly completely flicked the switch in this game. They were really, really good in this game. Really good. And I had concerns after the 20-minute mark that they're going to get blown out. And honestly, I thought they were going to get blown out pre-game in this one as well. I just thought they were done for the game. But yeah, Turbo is back in this one. What I'll say, he is such a warrior. Such a warrior. 20 runs, 170 meters, a line break assist, try assist, 2 tackle breaks to Turbo, 2 offloads. Man, I think it was like 3 different occasions we saw him on the ground. I was like, you're kidding, bro. Again. We're doing this again. Like, why? I get the mathematical chance, but it's just so harsh. Like, him singing down, it's just brutal. It's just so, so brutal. And he pulled through, man. He pulled through. It didn't even look like a hammy. I was just like, fuck. Like, he's just copping all around. But very, very good performance. Like Clan Falolo on fucking fire. Him at 5'8" was unbelievable. 14 runs, 170 meters, 30 post contact, a line break assist as well. 3 tackle breaks, 2 offloads for him as well. 9 tackles, no missed. I'm surprised they didn't go at him more on that edge, considering he's a new 5'8". But that try they scored was unbelievable. I really love Falolo. I do hope they do find a spot for Falolo in this team next year, because I just think he's way, way too good to not be playing in this Manly team, like starting consistently. I thought Garrick had one of his better games. Saab was not too bad as well. Lehigh was really strong in this game as well. I thought Fogarty was pretty solid as well. Obviously, we didn't speak about Josh Felady. Came out for Kohler and scores a fucking hat-trick. Unbelievable. Just every time he touched the ball, turned into fucking gold. Shout out to Callum Navale as well. Scored a try off the bench. Did his ACL, I think it was the start of this year in preseason, which put him out pretty much the season. Came back after 6 months, which is super impressive, and scored a try. Very, very good story there. But yeah, great performance by Manly. Not one I saw coming. Even Ola Kawatu was probably a little on the quieter side. He did have a try assist and a line break assist, but probably one of his quieter games. And Manly still scored 44 points in this game against a top 8 team, which is pretty wild to think about. Burbo had 3 line break assists in this one as well. A line break and a try assist. He was very good in this game. Just not something I saw coming from Manly, and I get there's still a mathematical chance, but not a performance I saw coming from Manly. For the Knights, yeah, disappointing. Flat as fuck. Super flat, man. Look, I want to put it down to it's not an excuse, because it's the same for, I guess, most other teams out there. They've only had 2 buys. Most other teams have had 3 buys. So they've played 25 rounds so far, only 2 weeks rest. They've got a buy coming to finals, which is I've looked at as a positive. We'll see how that goes. They've really got to rest up. Really got to rest up for that in that week off, definitely. Just looked flat. Just looked super flat. Nothing really energetic. I think the man of the match probably for the Knights was definitely Fletcher Hunt. I thought he was unbelievable in this game. I thought Fletcher Sharp started really hot in this game. It just kind of cooled off a little bit. But yeah, Fletcher Hunt scored doubles, 14 runs, 164 meters. He looked electric. He looked really quick. Yeah, 2 line breaks, 2 line breaks as well, 2 tackle breaks. He was really good in this game. Otherwise, excuse me, really flat. Like KP looked pretty flat. Just just cold drops, silly errors, that kind of thing. Sandon Smith was not too bad in this game. They really missed Malay Lua in this game there as well. The forwards didn't really do too much in this one here. Like Frizzell on the edge, but didn't really do a whole lot. Who else started up front in this one? Oh, Cody Hopwood. Front rows weren't too bad, but they did get absolutely bashed in the middle. Offloads from Manly really did kill them in this game. Matty Croker, probably one of his poorer games of this season. 60 minutes, 5 runs, 38 meters, 25 tackles, 3 missed. Just gonna put it down to a flat performance. I want to see how the Knights back it up against the WAHS this week. I want to see how they back it up this week. Going over to New Zealand off that flat performance. They have another flat performance, I'm going to be concerned heading into the bye, but I feel like they are crying out for this bye massively. And if you look at the ladder, wow. Clearly haven't recorded a podcast in over a fucking week. They've got this bye, but they're probably relying on Rabbitohs to drop a game in these final 2 games. And then hopefully they claw into 6 to get a home final. I don't, unless they pull off a miracle, like a really good performance against the WAHS and beat them in Auckland, they can still finish 5th, which I don't think makes a huge difference. Really, playing Rabbitohs, Cowboys, that kind of thing. I guess, but I feel like they're crying out for this week off. I feel like they absolutely need this week off desperately. And they've just, whether they put one big more performance in this week or, yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could either win this one or they get absolutely blown about the WAHS this week. I don't think it's a close game either way. It was very flat, very unlike Knights, and sitting 44 points, the team that's kind of been struggling the last 2 months. Very, very, very concerning, but they just did look a little bit tired in this game here. Onto the 5:30 game. The WAHS defeat the Rabbitohs 45-26. WAHS, baby, top of the table, where we belong. You love to fucking see it. Super pumped. Mate, this is our 4th 7th we've played this year. Chanel Harris-Tavita, we've had Tanner Boyd, we've had Luke Metcalf, and then we've had Tamari Martin. Chanel Harris-Tavita comes into 7th, and we put 45 points on. But this was not about our halves in this one here. This was about our forwards. Our forwards completely dominated the Rabbitohs in this one here. James Fisher-Harris, Mitch Barnett, both scoring in the first half. The Chanel Harris-Tavita tried that passing by Vaamunga and then offload by Ieremia Toriava, absolute exceptional. Laban scored a try as well. His pass out to that right edge for that Dallin try, absolute exceptional as well. Vaamunga also caught that bomb as well. It's just exceptional what these forwards are doing at the moment. The fact that Jackson Ford is still to come back in this team, the fact that Aaron Clark played only 38 minutes in this game, the fact that you can have Barnett and Fish die in this game, Aaron Clark only played 38 minutes, and then you got Vaamunga, you got Ieremia Toriava and Tansdale Smith coming off the bench. It just feels unfair for other teams at the moment, and you still got Jackson Ford to come. Unfortunately, one of Tansdale Smith or Ieremia Toriava has to drop out this team, I would say, for Jackson Ford, which is crazy because they've been so freaking good while he's been injured. Just outstanding. But this has to be the year for the Warriors. Premiership or bust. There's such good vibes around the Warriors at the moment. The system, what Webby is doing with his coaching is just absolute unreal. Every player in this team knows what their role is. This has to be a golden opportunity for the Warriors now. 2 home games now, round 26 and 27. Hopefully lock in a home final, win that first home final, get a week off, then a home prelim. Warriors may not have to leave the country for the next 5 or 6 weeks before the grand final, which is such an advantage. And you look at the Panthers, who are a little bit vulnerable at the moment. You look at the Roosters coming off a loss against the Tigers. Tedesco potentially injured as well. This has to be the year for the Warriors. Premiership or bust. Grand final is potentially a pass mark. Anything less than that, I think, is just, you can probably not be happy about it. Warriors fans, you have to be excited about it, right? It's just all coming together at the right time, and the forwards are just dominating games, which you love to see. And the fact we're scoring so many points is exceptional. Yes, we conceded 26, but the fact we scored 45 with a 4th string 7 cannot go without questioning. It's just unreal to see. Warriors fans, get excited. Up the fucking WAHS, baby. But yeah, 45-26, absolute unreal. Just part of me was really worried about this game. Rabbitohs played really strong last week against the Doggies. Probably one of the better performances of the year. I get it, and Warriors coming off a potential flat spot against the big win against the Broncos and then the Panthers the week before. Had my concerns. Chanel Harris-Tavita at 7. Tane Tuapiki coming to the 1. Late change with Pompey coming into the centre, who we'll talk about Pompey in a bit. Ali Leitao was just sick, by the way, in that game there. But fucking hell, Tane Tuapiki, 8 out of 8 from the boot. Luke Hansen just did his role so freaking good. Just from the get-go. Oh, look, I'm concerned about that middle 20 minutes. We'll get into that. But 26-8 at halftime. And yeah, 45-26. Pretty clinical in the end there. Team stats. Possession-wise, very, very even. 89% completion rate from the Warriors. Like, it's going to be hard when you got such a dominating forward pack for other teams. Coming up against a dominating forward pack and you get 89% completion rate as well. 77% for Souths as well. Stats-wise, run meters, post contact, all quite even. 9 to 8 line breaks by Souths. I think at halftime it was 5 to 3 line breaks by Souths. It was craziness. Tackle breaks very even in this one as well. Set distance was quite both over 40 meters. Very highly entertaining game in this one here. But for the Warriors, kind of broke it down for you pretty much already. Just I think the star of the show was just our forward pack. The fact that I feel like the star of the show was our forwards off the bench. Like Falmunga, Ieremia Toyava, Tanner Taylor-Smith. But then you got fucking guys like Chanel Harris-Tavita and Fish. Sorry, excuse me, just got distracted. We don't even talk about the fact that Fisher Harris and Barnett started this game and they both scored. That Barnett try, he had absolutely no fucking right, I think, to score that try. He was a forward doing that. And you got to remember, Jackson Ford is still to come back into this team. But Fisher Harris, perfect opening try. Absolutely love to see it. Aaron Clark only played 38 minutes. I would love to see Aaron Clark play more minutes, but I can understand why they're trying to share the load because this forward pack is unreal. But it does feel clear to me when Aaron Clark comes off the field, this defense, and when Fish comes off as well, this defense intensity does drop a little bit, which is a little bit concerning. I'm sure they'll figure that out. I do want to see Aaron Clark play more minutes because he's such a big body to have in that middle, and I think he's really versatile and really strong defensively and puts in such good runs. But mate, this starting four pack: Fisher Harris, 15 runs, 130 meters, 20 runs for Barnett, 183 meters. Then you got Tanner Taylor-Smith, 118 meters off the bench. Falmunga, 83 meters with that line break assist, and Ieremia Toyava, 154 meters. It's just a fucking joke, mate. It's just, I feel like a lot of teams would kill to have at least one of these forwards in the team, but we've got 5 of them, potentially 6, Jackson Ford to come back. Gotta remember, Jackson Ford was leading the Dalians before he got injured, essentially. It's just crazy. Wade Egan is just, he's just been so good off the back of this forward pack. His 2 try assists, his deception, I think he's probably the form hawker in the comp at the moment. Honestly, call me biased. I don't give a shit. I just think he's absolutely outstanding. Harris-Tavita, just unbelievable. 2 try assists for him playing at 7. Toyava, 2 try assists. Again, the offload for Chanel Harris-Tavita. What big guy like that has any fucking right to do that? I thought we bombed that try, but what dude has any right that size to do that fucking offload? It's just insane. In that no-looker pass by Falmunga. This team is such a fucking pleasure to watch at the moment. Obviously, the big concern is Dallin, broken collarbone. We'll be back for finals, whether it's week 1, week 2, I'm not sure. I think it'll probably be hopefully get a break in week 2, but week 3 onwards. I would say Luke Lilly come to this team, just based on who's been playing New South Wales Cup. We brought him over for a reason. I think he'll be a handy enough replacement. We do need some speed in that wing. Let's get into it. Adam Pompey is where I have concern. Now, Ali Leitao will be back this week. He was sick with gastro, I believe. His defense and just pace is just not cutting it, man. He got torched on that edge by Talis Duncan AJ. Absolutely torched, unfortunately. I don't want to see Pompey on this wing. I think from next week, seeing K will be on the wing, so Lalili just needs to fill in for one game. think Pompey, he's a fine player, like filling off the bench if need be, whenever. But him starting does give me defensive concerns because a lot of these points from the Rabbos came down that edge where Pompey was. And again, he's usually plays on the left, but look at essentially 3 of their tries came down Pompey's edge, and he was a big part of that reason for those tries coming in. AJ fucking tore us a new one, but that is probably the big only downside I have really from this game. Just it's exceptional. I absolutely love it. Love seeing the Warriors perform at this level, and I think we're very much deserved to be top of the table at the moment. There. Onto the Rabbitohs. It's just kind of sums up the year this performance. Up, down, up, down. Just kind of don't know what you're going to get from Souths. Like last week, they were so good. They fucking dominated the Bulldogs. And this is where I was kind of nervous because if they had that similar performance, probably they were fucking right in this game. And they were. It was 26-8 at halftime. It was 34-8 at one point. And they got this to 34-26, I think. It was 26-8 at halftime. It was 32-8. And they got this back to 32-26. They went bang, 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 3 tries to start the second half in 20 minutes, and I was seriously concerned because they were torching us on that fucking edge there. But this is what I mean with Souths. Like, they can score points at will, but the fact that they're in 45 points is not good enough. They'll make finals, but I do definitely have big concerns for sure about their defense. Like, massive concerns. Latrell looks like I'd say he's going to be back this week coming, which will probably push Tallis Duncan back to the edge. I think Tallis Duncan has been their best player all year. He has been fucking phenomenal. If they re-sign this guy, they cannot afford to lose this guy. He is a future Blue. He's a future Kangaroo. He is fucking unbelievable. I'm so scared to come up against him. Him and AJ torched us on the edge. 3 tries between them. 7 line breaks between them on the edge. 7. Tallis Duncan, 2 line breaks, 3 line break assists, 2 try assists, along with his try, 4 tackle breaks and offload, 9 tackles, 1 missed. Fuck me. He is so fucking good. Fortunately, they just got bashed in the middle. Now, the thing is with Rabbitohs, they do have Payne Haas coming next year, but for this year, I don't see how that's going to get improved. Keon needs to be playing 80 minutes. They need Fafita healthy. Totola probably just isn't cutting in the middle, and the guys that are coming off the bench, like your Hubner and your Sean Kepi. Like Sean Kepi's just not cutting, and they've just re-signed him as well. I just don't see the appeal. 42 minutes, 8 runs, 56 meters, 21 tackles, 5 missed off the bench. It's not good enough, really. It's just, and then Matt Duffy. Very quiet game for Matt Duffy. Just Wayne Bennett made his bed probably a good 6 weeks ago when he decided to put Matt Duffy in at fullback and drop Jai Gray. And Matt Duffy in this sort of game, he had fucking multiple opportunities to go and attack the ball. Didn't. And it's a big concern for South coming to finals. If you're gonna drop Duffy, it has to be this week. There's no way you can just do it come like week 1 of finals. They may win week 1 of finals. I just don't see them doing much else after that, really. I've got big concerns. Bud Sullivan, just like him having 3 runs. Like Cody Walker was really strong in this game, but yeah, just disappointing from South. But again, a kind of performance that sums up their season. See how Latrell bounces back. He's gonna have to come back this week just to get some game time in before finals. Wow, this podcast is going on way too fucking long. Excuse me. Let me blitz through these last 3 games, guys. Doggies defeat the Dragons 44 points to 14. Very clinical by the Doggies in this one here. Dragons got the spoon now. Won't spend too much time on the Dragons. Didn't actually get to watch this game either. But very good performance by the Doggies. Scoring 44 points can only do them good for their attack. And it looks so good as well. Team stats, 51% of possession for the Doggies. So very even. 85% completion rate compared to 75% by the Dragons. But stats-wise, runs, run meters, post-contact, they're even 8-7 line breaks for the Dragons. How the fuck do you lose by 30 points and have more line breaks than the opposition? Makes no sense whatsoever. And Doggies had 33 missed tackles compared to 22. What? That is wild. 41 meters average set distance by the Doggies compared to 34 meters. Wow. That is Yeah, don't often see stats like that and you lose by 30. For the Doggies, man of the match from what I saw, Lockie Galvin and what I hear, absolute gun. Everyone's been really critical of Lockie Galvin. Excuse me, drink. Uh, you cannot deny his ticker. You cannot deny his ticker this year. He's put in every single fucking game. He was exceptional in this game. 15 runs, 123 meters. He did score a try in this one as well. Line break assist, 2 try assists as well. Probably best on the field. Critter went 8 out of 8 from the boot as well, which was very good as well, trailing his Kane Topiki. Matty Burton was really strong in this game. Thought Connor Tracy was really solid. He ran for over 200 meters in this game as well. Forwards wise, I probably have a little bit of a concern. Like Matt King did score, but still neither him or Leo Thompson running for over 100 meters. Of course, Jacob Preston. Doggies, do everyone in the NRL a favor and re-sign this fucking guy ASAP. You lowballing him at 650k a year is not good enough. He is easily 750k, I reckon, at least pushing to 800. He is so good. He is so good. If you don't give him an offer, he'll get snapped up fucking easily and get the checkbook. He is just phenomenal. For a try, 14 runs, 114 meters, 45 post contact, a line break assist, a try assist, 2 tackle breaks. Really, really strong performance by Jacob Preston. They have to re-sign this guy. There's no other choice. They just have to re-sign this guy. But Doggies definitely have to win the last 2 games. Coming against the Panthers this week. Apparently there's some COVID going through the team as well, which is fucking wild to think about. But I just don't see the Bulldogs playing finals footy this year. For the Dragons, I mean, what do you say? Like, I was really impressed with how the last sort of 3 to 4 weeks have gone. But this one was pretty shit. It was not good. Matt Fino, probably the best on field, 230 meters, scored 2 tries in this one as well. Val was really strong. Forwards, probably a little bit on the quiet side. Hamish Stewart probably had a bit of a quiet night. Ryan Catchman, like only 105 meters, which is crazy for him to say it. 38 tackles, so for him a bit on the lower side. Just didn't have the impact that they had this year. Still really strong. Jacob Little, massive loss. Like, I know it's only 2 rounds to go. I assume he's going to be all good for round 1 next year. But still, massive loss for the last 2 rounds. Just these halves, man. These halves are just so concerning. Yeah, I just, like, they've got, like, it's no point talking about them when, like, you look at Atkinson, Kintonga, Flanagan, and fucking Jacob Little, and the spine's going to look nothing like this next year when you got Connor Watson, Metcalf, Nikorima, and Drinkwater coming into this team. Like, this is what I mean. It's hard to talk about the Dragons when, yeah, I just think Seti 2 should be starting, although I said Matt Fino is really strong. That's about it with the Dragons. Just, yeah, shit season, but they've made the right calls and the right signings for next year to be really excited. 6 really strong signings for next year, which will make them can only improve. There's no way they can get any fucking worse. On to the Sunday games. Sharkies defeat the Titans 30 points to 22. Now, I did watch the first half of this game, and I had a bet on the Sharks, and I was so fucked off with how they went in the first half that I just turned it off, and I was like, there's no way they're going to come back in this game. And then I checked the final score. I was like, shit, they fucking turned it on in the second half. The last 3 weeks have been super disappointed with the Sharkies. Like, massively disappointed. They're a better team than what they've been. Those 2 losses against the Dragons and the Raiders were really bad. And then that first half was fucking shocking as well. They let the Titans score 3 of the piss easiest tries, I reckon. They were good tries, don't get me wrong, like, but they're pretty piss easy. Like, the second half, look, they're way better. Even if they get top 4, I think, honestly, even if they finish 5th, they're probably concerned they don't even win week 1. That's how concerned I am about them. I just don't see them threatening much, and it's completely changed from what it was in, like, the last month or so. A month ago, they were destroying teams. I was like, fuck, this could be the year for the Sharkies, and it has changed, unfortunately. But stats-wise, 53% of possession for the Sharkies, 82% completion rate, 84% for the Titans. It's pretty good. More runs, more run meters, more post-contact for the Sharkies. 9-6 line breaks, so pretty dominant in the end. 39 missed tackles from the Titans compared to 27. Average set distance was pretty even as well, around the 39-meter mark for both teams. 11 each on the offloads. Now, as I said, I didn't get to watch the second half in this one here. Let me know what you thought about Nico Hines without Trindle. Trindle will be back for finals, potentially, I think. He's going to have to lead the way. The first half, I had massive concerns watching because I was like, fuck, he's not really leading the way. He had 13 runs, 108 meters, 28 post contact, 2 line break assists, 2 try assists. They were both in the second half. Just a little bit on the concerning side. Cal Ero, 234 meters, really strong performance there. The wing is really strong. Holy fuck. Katoa, that put down. Oh my goodness gracious me. Like, don't get me wrong, I feel like it's such a high standard now with these put downs from wingers. Like, we see it from DWZ, we see it from other wingers every fucking week. That one from Katoa is one of the best I've seen in a very, very, very long time, if not the best. Mate, this guy did a full fucking flip for the put down. He was vertical, like literally vertical when he went to put it down. Incredible put down. Absolutely incredible by Katoa, that put down. Yeah, outstanding. Absolute outstanding. The forwards are really strong in this game by the Shark as well. AFB scored a try, 127 meters. He was really good. Colahoon, pretty strong as well, starting this one here. Edges like Nikora, I want to see a bit more from Nikora, but it's the same fucking every single week. I felt like a month ago, Sharks had this dog in them to really like bite down the mouth guard and play solid for a full 80. That first half, I was so disappointed. Now, you can easily look at the second half and it'll blow away that first half. But that first half was super concerning because those 3 tries that Titans scored, they let the Titans back into the game way too fucking easily. Like, way too easily, man. Not good enough. I do have concerns about the Sharkies, but they do have Eels this week, and then they do have the... Just had a fucking look as well. They've got the Storm final round. Should be going win-win. Probably finish in the top 4. Maybe the Warriors play in the first week of finals, which I'd probably rather the 2-0 against them this year. But then with that Trindle, it's definitely a big loss. Like, it's just a big, big loss. And the last 3 weeks have been very, very concerning. I also think Stone Street should be starting over Katoa. I'm just going to fucking say it. For the Titans, like, I've given this team so much praise this year. So much praise. And for them in the last, like, I was so happy for them when they beat like the Titans and they beat the Panthers and they smashed Manly. I was like, fuck yeah, like literally fuck yeah, this team is getting better. This is what the system is building, that Josh Hannay is building. Super exciting, especially coming into next year. And then the last 3-4 weeks has just been crap. They had smashed against the Warriors. They got smashed against the Cowboys. They got smashed against the Sharkies. Last week they played the Knights. I don't know what to think of that game against the Knights. They were in it, but then they weren't. Oh, it's just fuck me. I don't know what to think. I just don't know what to think. They're losing Sami, which is a big loss. I'm just trying to think of any signings that are coming into next year at the Titans. I think there's one obvious one I'm missing. But Phil Sami is a big, big loss. 29 runs, 255 meters, scored a try, 69 post contact, 2 line breaks, 5 tackle breaks, and offload. He was very good. Keanu King was very good in this game as well. 204 meters, line break assist, try assist, 4 tackle breaks as well, and offload. Defensively, it's just an issue. They need this dog in them, and Tino should be the dog. And don't get me wrong, he was very good in this game. 20 runs, 171 meters, a line break assist. A line break as well for Tino. Don't often see that. 7 tackle breaks, 2 offloads, 45 tackles, 4 misses from Tino. Been very good in the back half of the year. I think he was battling a niggling injury at the start of the year because he was so shit at the start of the year. Shout out to Bodie Sharpley as well. First try in the NRL off the bench. Love to fucking see it as well. What does the big picture look like for the Titans next year is what I want to know. Like, the Groot, is he really the guy? Like, I don't know what's happened to Fine Marnie. Like AJ Brimson's probably going to be leaving as well. Like, he's going to ask for an earlier release. They're paying him way too much to be in the centers as well. Campbell and Zane Harrison are definitely the halves of the future, and Pasco is a 9 and Keanu King is a fullback. The big thing is they've got the spine set. It's just the guys around it, and Cooper Bye, I'm expecting a big massive year from him next year. Bo Former, he's had a down year as well. They've got Fafita. He's an Origin player. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, Aaron Mahal, he's been so fucking up and down. It's not even funny. Like, yeah, they've got to be better. They've just got to be better. And yeah, I don't know where this team looks like next year. I genuinely don't. Fine as there, everything around it, I have concerns. All right, on to the last game of the round. Holy fucking upset. Tigers defeat the Roosters 25 points to 24. Now, every Warriors fan going to this game had their claws out, cheering on the Tigers. Inside 2 minutes, I was about to switch it off, and I was like, it's going to be 40-0, if not more. Holy shit, did I get proven wrong? And look, I've been saying this to a really good mate of mine who's a Roosters fan, that while the Roosters haven't been, look, the last 2 weeks they played unreal. They scored 80 points and they beat the Panthers. Before that, they were winning games but not performing their best. They were still winning, though. In my mind, I don't know why, like, if they were to win out and, let's say, win the premiership, it would have been like 14 wins in a row. It's fucking hard to do in the NRL. I'm going to say it, this loss will do them more good than bad. Like, I feel like they need a loss to like get the head back into the game. They were super complacent. They were super flat, low energy. Was not Roosters footy whatsoever. Off that big win last week, I kind of expected a flat performance, but this was super, super flat. Tigers definitely deserve the win, 100%, despite the late fight back by the Roosters. Possession-wise, very even. 80% completion rate from the Roosters, 82% from the Tigers there. Run meters, post-contact, very even. 94 line breaks by the Roosters, and 43 missed tackles by the Tigers, and 20 from the Roosters. Tigers held on for their dear lives at the end there. Average set distance, 43 meters by the Roosters and about 40 meters from the Tigers. So very evenish game looking at the stats there. For the Tigers, won't spend too much time, but very happy for their fans to get a win. I think it was after like 8 fucking losses in a row or some shit like that there. Man, they tried their best to lose it, but they've got the win. I thought Buller, that was probably one of Buller's best games of the year. Had a line break, try assist, 3 tackle breaks. Probably one of his better games and a disappointing year for him. I really like this Solomone Sakuru. I think he's got a big future ahead of him. Skelton had 2 really good put downs as well. They just took advantage of the opportunities that they had, which is what I really wanted to see. Got to respect Jock Madden as well, playing with the fucking busted balls. His effort there. Jerome Luai. Let's have a conversation quickly about Luai. He's been touted as a marquee player up for the Tigers, and while he might bring this dog and aura upon him, I don't think it's a massive loss to the Tigers. I'm gonna fucking put it out there. I don't think it's a massive loss. He was some of his decisions. It's just ordinary. Like, he's clearly not meant to be a 7 because he can't run a team, and he needs a strong 7 off the back of him to let him have this freelance play. But it just looks like he's so indecisive when he has the ball, and he's just. Yeah, it was not a good game from Luai. I wasn't really pleased for the game from Luai. But to win this game with Alex Twal getting HIA in the first minute was super impressive. Fanua Bole, 18 runs, 188 meters, and 54 minutes was super impressive. 77 post contact, 32 tackles for 1 minute. Terrell May was really strong with the bench as well, 176 meters. Forwards really, really stepped up in this game against a strong Roosters pack there. Similar Final was really strong as well. Just really, I'm happy for the Tigers fans to get this win. It was very much coming, very much deserved as well. They deserved to win this game. Wasn't like a fluke by all means. They deserved to win this game. I was going to be gutted for them if they lost this game, and I fucking thought they blew it. 24 points to 12 with 15 minutes to go. I was like, there's no way they can blow it. And then Roosters just started fucking running downhill. Late field goal, late error by, I think Nath White pushed a pass at the end there and just didn't need to. And then Tigers intercepted it and gave the Tigers a chance to go and win it, and they slotted it thanks to Jock Madden there. But yeah, good win. Very, very good win by the Tigers. For the Roosters, like I said, you got to give credit to the Tigers for their win, but yeah, fucking flat as by the Roosters. I have a lot of concerns about James Tedesco in this injury. For an injury where he got pulled off at halftime against the Cowboys because they're up by so many points and just like a little something happened to his ankle. Now to being out 3 weeks and still speculated not even back this week. is massive concerns. Like, clearly something is up that they're not telling us and they're keeping it quiet, which is fair. Super concerning though for the Roosters heading to finals. Definitely though, even if he plays like hampered, that sort of thing. Uh, but yeah, super flat. I think I said I think this will do them more good than bad. I feel like if they won this game, it wouldn't have done them much good. Yeah, they'll go top of the table, but they'll just feel like, oh, cool, we won. They'll just keep winning. But now that they've lost, they'll have a fucking rod up their ass next week, and I think the Dolphins should be very, very, very scared. Just it was nowhere near Roosters' footy compared to last week. It was just fucking nowhere near it. Defensively, very poor. Look, Cody Ramsey was exceptional in this game. He has been so good at fullback. 20 runs, 200 run meters, 35 post contact, 2 line breaks, and a try assist for Cody Ramsey. 6 tackle breaks as well. So good to see him doing this, considering all the shit that he's been through there. Nath White, that little error at the end there. 17 runs, 205 meters, 52 post contact. 83 post contact in 52 minutes. Every week he's just doing this shit now, and he's had a career best year. You love to see it. Marky Mark was an absolute freak in the last 10 minutes for the Roosters. He was just absolute all over the like, just exceptional. Like, the Roosters were dearly miss him. Defensively, he let in a couple tries, I believe, but fuck, he's an unreal player. But yeah, I don't want to take too much from this Roosters game because I don't think it sets the tone for them there. I just think it was super flat. I just think they needed a loss. They were due a loss after I think there's 8 wins in a row. I think it was a good time to have it 2 weeks before finals in a way. Sounds weird saying that, but now Dolphins and Rabbitohs coming up. I think they'll probably win those 2 games, and then they'll be sweet coming into finals time. I'm not too worried about the Roosters. I just if they back that up, that same performance this week, I'll be very, very concerned. I just think like they've been on such a high for so long in winning games. It's just so hard to keep doing it over and over and to keep playing at the level that they have played, that they'll probably due for a little bit of a drop down in form. And even against the Tigers, they'll fucking $1.05 to win this game. Even in the NRL, you just can't afford to do that because they're still professionals at the end of the day. On the opposing side will kill ya. But I said I'm not too concerned about the Roosters at the end of the day. Sorry, I can't spend too much time in that game. I spent way too much time in the first 5 games. I do apologize. But yeah, I said not massively concerned about the Roosters. I know, like, yeah, they're nowhere near this game. Honestly, nowhere near it. 12 all at halftime, down 24-12. And then to get back to 24 all, they had no right to do that. But I said, I feel like if they won this game by 1, like, I'd probably have a bit more concern because they'd feel like they won the game even playing that poor and they wouldn't learn too much from it. Now that they've lost, they're like, oh shit, we lost. Now it's trying to fucking get focused and get you back in the game. Just think super flat, super complacent off that big win last week. But that'll do it for me, guys. Good to be back. It's good to be back in the chair. I will say that. Let me know what your thoughts are of the round 25. Let me know what your thoughts are on this top 3. Give me your ladder. Give me what you think of this minor premiership. Who's going to take out the minor premiership? I think for this year, it's a big, big thing to have because I feel like you don't want to be playing Roosters or the Panthers in week 1 if you're a Warriors fan like me. Even if you're the Roosters, you'd probably rather play the Warriors over the Panthers. That's just me, though. And if you're the Panthers, you'd probably rather play the Warriors over the Roosters. Again, that's just me, though. That's just my opinion. But, guys, let me know what you thought of this round. So good to be fucking back. I'll be back all week now. Locked in for the week and locked in for the rest of the season. That'll do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And cheers.